All right, let's talk about something huge, a massive hidden cost for a lot of manufacturers, that old school sales rep model. Today, we're going to break down why you might be paying way, way too much for a strategy that honestly stopped working about a decade ago.
Now, that's a pretty bold statement, right? But think about it. 5 to 12 cents on every single dollar that comes in. And for what exactly? For donuts and a chat? Let's really dig in and see if that investment actually makes any sense in today's market.
So, this brings us to what we can call the donut dilemma. To really see the problem clearly, you have to look at the cold, hard numbers behind this traditional model. You got to understand what that commission is truly costing you.
And believe me, the cost is staggering. We're talking anywhere from 5% on the low end all the way up to 12% of gross sales just in commissions. Let's really focus on that high end, that 12% figure. Keep that number in your head because it's going to be important.
So what does that 12% commission actually look like when it hits the balance sheet? Let's put some real dollars and cents to this whole idea of paying for presence, because this right here is where the cost becomes almost painfully clear. Let's make this real. Imagine your company is doing about $5 million a year in a single sales territory. That's a pretty standard figure for a lot of successful brands out there. Okay, now take that $5 million bucks and you apply that top-end 12% commission rate. And this isn't some made-up number, by the way. It's not uncommon at all in industries like construction and electrical supplies. And what do you get? $600,000. I mean, just let that sink in. That's a check you're writing every single year for just one territory. That is a massive chunk of any budget.
And here's the core question, isn't it? What are you actually getting for that six-figure spend? A few branch visits, some counter days, maybe a box of donuts, and a friendly hello. The value exchange here just feels a little lopsided, don't you think?
Which, of course, leads us to the most important question of all. Where is the return on investment? I mean, seriously, if your rep is just there to maintain a presence, are they actually driving new growth? Are they even talking to the people who make the real buying decisions? And that's the critical disconnect. That's the part everyone's missing. Because the people who are actually making the buying decisions today, they've shifted. They've moved online. And where they are now is probably not where your sales rep is. I mean, think about it. Your end users, the electricians, the project managers, the estimators, they're not just hanging out at the distributor's counter hoping for a free donut. Nope. They're at their desks, they're on Google, they're on distributor websites, comparing specs side by side. And now they're even asking AI tools for recommendations. So you have to ask yourself this. When those real buyers are searching, when they're comparing, when they're asking their new AI assistant, is your product even showing up? Or are you completely invisible at the exact moment they're ready to make a choice? You see, it's actually that simple. Your sales channel has fundamentally changed. It went digital, but that commission structure, that whole rep strategy, it's still stuck in the past, paying for activities that just don't line up with how people actually buy things today.
Okay, so if the old way is broken, what's the solution? Well, it's not about working harder, it's about working smarter. It's a digital-first approach. It's designed to give you reach, control, and real savings, all by meeting your buyers exactly where they are. So here's how a system like this works. It basically flips the old model on its head. Instead of paying for presence, you invest in your content. It all starts by looking at what real buyers are searching for, then writing product titles and descriptions that answer their exact questions. Then, and this is key, you format all that data so search engines and AI tools can find it and recommend it. The real magic happens when you syndicate it, pushing one single perfect version of your catalog out to all your distributors. It's all about optimized plug-and-play content. So what it all boils down to is a really simple and powerful formula. You get the digital reach you've been missing. You get total brand control you've always wanted. And you get it all while eliminating those massive old-school commissions. It's a formula for real growth, not just presence. And when you adopt that new formula, it completely transforms how you look at your budget. You can finally stop just burning cash on methods that don't work anymore and start building a digital sales machine that's actually sustainable. I mean, just look at this side by side.
It's pretty stark. You could spend $500,000 on a traditional rep, and what's the outcome? Stale PDFs and super low online visibility. Or you could take just half of that budget and pour it into a digital-first strategy. And the outcome? Total SEO dominance and reach into AI searches. You literally spend less to get infinitely more value.
This right here, this becomes the new mantra. It's not just about cutting costs for the sake of it. No, it's about strategically moving your money away from stuff that doesn't work and putting it towards a strategy that actually increases your sales, all while you kill that 12% commission that's been bleeding you dry.
Look, at the end of the day, it's time to evolve. It means no more 12% payouts for a friendly visit and a box of donuts. No more relying on stale PDF catalogs that nobody even reads anymore. The future is about getting real digital reach, driving real growth, and capturing real savings. So, the only question left is, are you ready to make the switch?